Chapter 3. The Mother's Relation to the Home. Husband and wife equal partners. In the partnership of building a home, the wife is, in the truest and fullest sense, an equal partner with her husband. Equal rights and privileges should characterize their financial, social, and moral relations. They are complements of each other. Neither is ever completed until the other half is found. They are essential to each other's highest development. Neither can build a home without the other. Their relations to the home are of equal importance. How they differ? They differ in their functional relations to the building of a home. While their interests are mutual and their duties often overlap each other, yet they differ in some respects in their relations to the home. The husband is the producer. Nature and God place on him the responsibility of feeding, clothing, sheltering, and educating the family. The wife is the housekeeper. Nature and God place on her the duty of motherhood and the love and care of children. Both husband and wife need special preparation before and after marriage for their respective relations to the home. Marriage means motherhood. Unless a woman loves little children and desires to teach and train boys and girls to become ideal men and women, she should not think of accepting a marriage proposition. Marriage is for the purpose of offspring. All girls should train and develop themselves with a view to the sacred functions of motherhood. Those who are mentally opposed to and physically incapable of motherhood should decline marriage. Such women can and should find some other occupation better fitted to their tastes or physical condition, where they can be contented and help make the world better. A farce. In apartment houses, hotels, and lodging places are to be found men and women living together under a form of legal matrimonial alliance, where the true idea of home is not contemplated. Children are not wanted, and no domestic happiness anticipated. These are human abodes, where the echo of birth is never heard, where the thrill of joy, caused by cooing babies, is never felt, and where conversation is never disturbed by romping children. This is a home only in name. This is a place of lodging where two miserable selfish beings are waiting for death to step in and end the farce. A good substitute for a home. I was once entertained in a home where the husband and wife had crossed over the half-century line of life. During my first day in that home, every few hours the husband or wife would bring in from 2 to 6 boys and girls, introducing them to me as their boys and girls. When a number had run up in the neighborhood of 20, that home got interesting. When I inquired how often they had been married and how many children they had, I was informed that they were only borrowing them from the neighbors. I never saw a home with a greater influence for good. Though childless, their home was a heaven, for the neighboring children resorted, played games, and received instructions of the highest order there. The children were trained to hunt up the old, the sick and the poor, and to daily carry them flowers gathered from the yard and garden of this old couple. This was an ideal imitation of the real thing, a model home. I wish every childless home could be converted into such an ideal imitation, or a real home. A good housekeeper. One of the qualifications a wife should have is a reasonable practical knowledge of how to keep house. It may not be necessary for her to do all her housework, but she should understand how it should be done. A man has as much right to demand that his wife know how to wash clothes, bake bread, sweep a room, and make a bed, as she has to expect him to be industrious, know how to form or conduct his business or profession. She must know how to do these things in order to properly manage a well-ordered home. She should know the value of $1. The wife should know the value of $1 and how to invest it in food, clothing, and household comforts. To do this, she must make these things a study. Unreasonable extravagance of wives has caused many unhappy homes. She should keep herself attractive. She could never have won her husband had she not made herself attractive. Marriage does not lessen man's interest in his wife's attractiveness. The wise woman will not permit her husband to become ashamed of her. She should be industrious. A reasonable amount of physical exercise is just as essential to a woman's health as it is for a man. The indolent wife who settles down in an easy chair and reads novels all day, satisfied with the fact that she is married and unconscious or indifferent to the fact that she must keep her husband's respect, is likely to lose his respect and love. She should take an interest in her husband's affairs. A wife should know enough of her husband's business or professional affairs to enable her to appreciate his ambitions and to sympathize with him in his trials. In this way, some women help to make their husband's success. There is quite a difference between interest and encouragement and an interference. One leads to success, the other to failure. Home first. A good wife or mother will make the interests of her home first. If her home is first, in her mind and heart, she will not find time or inclination to gossip about her neighbors or to contrive new ways of amusing herself. Her home interests will completely fill her life, consume her time, satisfy her aesthetic nature, and furnish her the greatest opportunities for Christian service in the world. This does not preclude membership in humanitarian society, a reading circle, or church. Great as this service may be, it is not equal to the home. A home builder is never justifiable in neglecting her home duties for her obligations to a club, a lodge, or the church. By spending a few hours in practical contact with other housewives at a social meeting or church, she is all the better able to perform her home duties. But these things should be subordinate to the duties of home building. Christ in the home will mean Christ in society, the church, and the nation. The anteroom to heaven. When a woman has entered married life with her prince, determined to make a real wife and mother, she has chosen the highest and most fascinating career that is possible for a woman. Her home will be an anteroom to heaven.